chill stream, only TA Fans Club. I'm gonna continue doing this. Let me just chill the stream a little bit, the people around, so they might as well join the stream if they want. My channel, this one. Dem John, the first member of the only TA Fans Club. Hi, how you doing, man? What's up? There we go. How you doing, man? So what are we gonna look at first? So today on Twitter, I posted two things on Twitter today. The first thing I posted was this one over here. You pronounced wrong, it's not English, but I'm okay. Damian. Damian, how you doing? I'm kind of bullish, I don't know why, it's just a feeling. TSS up or down, there are scenarios for both cases, but right now I feel optimistic. This can of course change on a dime, but I think we just might see a 10k weekly candle next week. If that happens, 100k this year. So I don't know why, I'm feeling a little bit bullish, so you know, that's good stuff, so I'm gonna try to explain to you why I think, you know, we might see 10k candle next week. Now that's gonna be really nice if that happens. So you know, 10k candles. The second thing I posted today was this over here. This is the most famous BART pattern, and we all know what happened after that. This up here, you know, because right now we are having these BARTing patterns, but last time the big one that happened was this over here, and that's that one was down here. This is the big BART pattern I was talking about, and you can see what happened right after that. You know, we exploded towards the upside like crazy over here, right? So this BART pattern up here, we can zoom in. This is on weekly time frame. It was quite a big, you know, BART pattern. It was a daily BART pattern. It took a long time for this, you know, to play out. Long time, and then right back down again. Now I was getting very bullish up here, you know, there was whole this thing with the, you know, gaps and stuff like that, but you know, I failed that. But as soon as we started going up, I was like, okay, it's not going. I thought it was gonna go down here before we did actually this, but you know, we just continue going up here from that point over here. So this BART pattern is very important. So you can see right now on the chart as well that we are having this BART pattern as well. You know, here's a little bit bigger BART pattern, here's a smaller pattern, and right now it's happening up here. You gotta zoom in pretty tightly up here to see these BART patterns. You can see here, right up, sideways, down, right up, sideways, down. So we got these two BART patterns, but the good thing is that, you know, these lows beside these are not getting all the way down to the bottom, right? Over here as well, you know, we start down here, we only came up here, so you know, we don't want to see this move towards the upside, so maybe we're gonna go towards the upside. Yeah, Damian, Sasha, ciao. The Central Plan, what's up, man? How you doing? So if you guys want me to look at anything, because I don't think there will be a lot of people in the chat today, so you know, if you want me to look at anything, you know, just scream out. But you know, I thought we gotta look at a little bit about Bitcoin and what's happening up here. Now I want to explain to you why I think this might be a big move towards the upside. Now yesterday or before that, we were looking at this, you know, mining capitulation that might happen below 34,000, maybe even lower than that, because right now you know, Bitcoin mining, one Bitcoin mining is around 34,000. So if we start going below that, we're going into some kind of capitulation period, and also, you know, miners are gonna start capitulating, selling their, you know, gear to pay the bills and stuff like that. I don't know how that actually works, but you know, I remember last time down here, there was definitely some kind of miner capitulation happening, and you know, people are stopping mining, you know, turning off their stuff. So you know, hash rate was going down, and the you know, everything was going up. But 10k candles, guys. 10k weekly candle. Now this is a weekly time frame, so 10k, that means right now it's 39,000 to 49,000, all the way up here. So why do I say that this candle is possible to get all the way up here? Because right now this is the 10 moving average. You can see here getting rejected, but we are not getting rejected and right down. We are getting rejected and trying again. So this is 1 try, 2 tries, 3 tries, 4 tries trying to break this 10 moving average up here, 10 moving average. So if we do somehow manage to break this, and this is actually bullish, if this starts going towards the upside, we manage to get above 42,000 up here. What we are gonna create down here is a double bottom, and this 42,000 just might pump us all the way up to above these moving averages up here. Now that would be super bullish for Bitcoin, because then you're above all of the moving averages on all technically on all time frames, but on weekly time frame we will be above the 20 and the 50 moving average, and this is super bullish. And if that happens, if we somehow manage to come up to 49,000 without getting rejected on the next candle, but staying up here and maybe continuing going towards the upside, this over here might indicate that we are going towards 100k very, very soon. But I'm feeling bullish that these last 4 weeks or this last month didn't drop all the way down here. We didn't get rejected on the downside, and I like this. Especially we are creating low here, but we are creating higher low, so this looks very nice. Now there is definitely some kind of triangle going over here. This is gonna go into one or other direction soon, but I'm a little bit more bullish than bearish right now. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out overall. How are the BTC daily, weekly, RSI and MACD doing? Good question, man. Let's check it out. This is the RSI right now. You can see here that on RSI, let's do this chart up here for the RSI, because this big chart. You can see here, let me just show you up here, this bottom down here, which was actually the bottom, Bitcoin came to 37. You will see down here that these levels on the weekly time frame never get that close. We talked a bit about this before. These are only the capitulation areas, right? Once you go below what's that, 37, 40 levels down here into this these lows down here, that's capitulation levels. Now everybody is expecting some kind of capitulation, and you know what we always say, once somebody expecting some kind of capitulation, some kind of move, oftentimes that move does not happen and just turns around and goes the opposite direction. Now we are already low enough to have a nice move towards the upside, already low enough to have a nice move towards. You can see here this move up here came from 50 levels. Actually it didn't came from all the way down here, but it actually came from the 50 levels, 54 levels. So we can definitely moon right now, because we are pretty low down there on the RSI, and the only thing that's left right now is either capitulation or recovery and going towards the upside. So it's either capitulation or recovery, right? So are we at the bottom right now? It does look so, but RSI on the weekly time frame looks very, very nice. Very nice. On the daily time frame, I'm not sure it's that nice. You can see down here on this bottom down here, we had this minus 20 levels, and we are saying like this must be the bottom, right? And then it came with this move on the downside as well. It came some kind of 30 levels down here. Let me just move it. This is on the daily time frame. Now the daily time frame is not that important that much. There might be some kind of resistance up here around 60 levels, but on the daily time frame you can actually continue going towards the upside all the way something like 70, 80 or something like that, which usually happens. You can see 70, 80 levels usually are the tops on the daily time frame. And you see right now we are only at 50 levels, so we technically right now, we can, let me just look at this on another chart up here. So now we are actually at 47 levels because we had this pullback on the downside again, but we can technically just continue going towards the upside. There seems to be some kind of trend up here. Yeah, there is definitely some kind of trend up here on the downside. So if you see this break on the downside, that's not gonna be good stuff, guys. That's not gonna be good stuff. Maybe all the way up here, something like this, give or take. Yeah, so you can see the RSI. RSI cannot fall below 44 levels. If it falls below 44 levels, it just might indicate the break of the trend on the RSI. Not that I care too much about RSI, but you can see here on the daily time frame Bitcoin and these moving averages. Although we did get up above the moving averages on the daily time frame, we just got rejected right back down again. Best case scenario for the next 4 and 5 hours is for this to pick up above the moving averages and close up there. If you do that, That's gonna be super nice. But even if it closes down here, it doesn't have to be rejection. The rejection comes the next day. You know, just moving below the resistance does not mean that, you know, we cannot recover back again. I'm still keeping the bullishness open up here. There is of course the triangle that we are following, but the most important line on the downside, I think something like this down here, give or take. Yeah, so you can see we are pretty close to this trend line, breaking the trend line on the downside. If that happens, you know, the 100k stuff like that might be out of the window, so you know, but you know, we are not quite there yet. It's possible that I think with the geopolitical stuff, I don't know, I think, you know, with the geopolitical stuff and stuff, you know, that's good for Bitcoin, because you know, you see a lot of talk around the world right now. You know, people are going, you know, trying to get some kind of cryptocurrency, because, you know, government cannot stop you, you know, using your cryptocurrency, right? So, you know, they can close and change it, but they cannot close the miners and DEX. I mean, they can crash the internet maybe, but you know, they're just gonna take some kind of super you know, organized event to do such a thing, you know. But you know, after that it will still be alive. Let's look at a MACD up here. So you can see the RSI on the daily time frame is you know, in the middle of the ballpark, so it is ready for the next move. This is what we call consolidation period. So this consolidation period is coming to end right now. It's gonna break out pretty soon. And on the weekly time frame, let's see at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame has some kind of falling wedge, I think, down here. I'm not quite sure where should it go. Maybe it should be used in these down here, something like this, give or take. Maybe something like this, maybe give or take. You know, I don't like drawing on the I don't like drawing on the RSI, to tell you the truth. But you know, everybody does it, so why not? Maybe give or take something like this. Yeah, I don't know, maybe we are keeping some kind of support line down here on the other side as well. Yeah, but it's pretty low, it's enough for move towards the upside, but you know, capitulation period can always come. MACD on the weekly time frame, it looks like you know, we hit some kind of bottom right over here. Right now we're going towards the upside. So this curving, what we are looking for on the MACD right now is this bullish cross. This bullish cross is a bearish cross on the weekly time frame on the MACD are, you know, very, they can be quite a decent indication for the next move towards the upside. But I don't like that we crossed the zero line down here. We are technically in a bearish territory, so this can technically just go something like this and then continue, you know, to downside again, right? This is fully possible to happen, right? That will happen if we get some kind of a capitulation you know, capitulation dump towards the downside. Now right now I'm not quite there yet, you know, and this is all this telling right now. All that this is telling right now is that we are going into some kind of a consolidation period here on the MACD, not on MACD, on the Bitcoin. And you can see this big move towards downside. This is going to some kind of consolidation period. So the question is this, you know, continuation pattern? So is this you know, the continuation triangle pattern that's going to break on the downside? That depends. Like it is possibility, you know. What can I say? It is possibility, unfortunately. But I'm a little bit bullish. I like that we got a higher low up here. I like that we are hugging the 10 moving average, and I'm definitely seeing maybe if this week we can get above, you know, 40k. If we can close 40k above 40k in the next 3 days or something like that, we are above the 10 moving average. I think, you know, if we can, after that we can, you know, pump maybe all the way up to some kind of 49, 50k. If that does happen, next week can be pretty insane. Now you saw what happens on oil. Oil is still going a little bit on the downside. Let's go up, see up here. It is still pulling on the downside, but I don't think this is done yet. Gold is recovering a little bit up here, holding some kind of nice levels up here. Silver as well. I mean, everything had to pull down a little bit towards the moving averages because it just got extended too much. There is, I can tell you one thing though. And I missed the trade, you know. There was a hex trade that was, you know, pretty decent setup up here. It did 30%. Right now it's continuing towards the upside. It is some kind of falling wedge up here. Last time it found some kind of bottom. It did, how much did it do? it did 150%. So this over here, just you know, to top up here, should do something like maybe 100% again, 80-90%, depends on how long it takes to get up here, right? It can still do that, but right now it's only like 40% left or something like that towards them. But when it was down here, I'm gonna show you what I saw on the weekly time frame. You can see that down here we were overextended from the moving averages on the weekly time frame. Look at this, not this one. Oh, okay, RSI was down at 39, that's fine, and this is still continuing down, so this is still dumping technically. But you know, once just because something is dumping doesn't mean that you won't have these you know, relief rallies towards the upside. And what I saw on the chart up here is that we were extremely overextended on the downside down here. So you can see here that this dump over here got extended. You can see the previous dumps, they got a rally towards the upside. Even this dump on the downside got a big rally towards the upside. This over here, you can see here, once we hit these lows down here, it got rally towards the upside. So I was looking at this, I was thinking, good, it might be a good move, you know, and the next day what happens, 30% right up, you know. But I mean, Hex is the way I see it. Hex is still in play for you know, more move towards the upside. Whether it's gonna be you know, next 40% something like that, I think it might go all the way. What's that right now? To up here, at least 26% towards the upside. Might be because it likes to pump quite heavily once it starts doing that. So you know that trade might be still in play. But you know, down here was actually magnificent you know, trade, because you know the Hex was so much oversold on the downside, so I think it was actually quite nice. Anything else you guys would like to see? Anything else, like anything else? Let's see here. I'm gonna show you something. Yeah, so there is this somebody did you see the video? This monkey made 10 million leverage trading Bitcoin. Crypto exposed. So this channel up here, somebody, open link in YouTube. So somebody posted me this
we do what we say that we
somebody posted me this crypto exposed guy and said, you know, this he exposes, you know, Crypto, the Moon, the BitBoy, Crypto Banter and stuff like that. And you can see all his videos is about, you know, exposing people and scams and stuff like that, right? So he likes, you know, just go and complain all day long. I don't have anything against, you know, people complaining all day long, but you know, I would like to, you know, to know that there is some, you know, legit reasons to complain about it. Now there is one guy, he's called Cafezilla. Now this guy is legit, so if you want to watch anybody exposing anything, this is the guy to watch. He does his you know, research, and he actually does most of the time, and I'm gonna say every time, but most of the time he does research and, you know, exposes the actual scams. Now contrary to Cafezilla, Crypto Exposed is not actually, you know, exposing scams. Now, somebody said watch this video, so I watched this video.
He is a better trader than BitBoy Crypto, Moon Carl, Crypto Banter, Crypto, and any other trader on.
I'm sad that I didn't get on the list. But if you watch this video, what he is exposing, Christopher Robson, welcome to TF Fans Club. Enjoy the green name, enjoy the emojis, and since it's your first time here, anything you want me to look at, any kind of chart, just write in the chat, man. Thanks for supporting 2 months. Nice. So he's not actually exposing anything. What he is actually just talking about, he's just playing people how, you know, 1 million people, you know, and somebody gets, you know, you go 100x, you sell them and you get 2x, and it's really stupid way to say that, you know, these guys that are doing affiliate links are actually, you know, scamming you. They're not scamming you. They are giving you affiliate links because they are, you know, they're affiliates of the casino. Bybit is a casino, and they're giving you something. You get like 3,000-4,000 just joining Bybit. Yes, it's, you know, the reason I'm not doing it is because my, you know, conscience, like, hey, I mean, don't do, you know, but I cannot, you know, promote. I'm promoting Qcoin and Binance, since, you know, you can buy, you know, coins there, you can do whatever. If you want to go on the margin trading there, that's your thing, you know, but I'm not. I'm just saying, you know, buy, sell, you know, lower fees if you're already going to do that. But, you know, nobody's saying go to Bybit and do 100x, right? But this guy, it doesn't matter. So, of course, they're making money on affiliate, but he says, like, hey, if you make money on affiliate links, you are a scammer. No, you're not. Come on, man. No, you're not. So I don't think that much of the guy. So crypto
We do
exposed.
what we
So you know, I haven't watched other videos, but you know, somebody said me I watched this latest video, and I think it's just a load of crap. You know, these guys that are losing money, you know, they need some kind of explanation why they're losing money, so they always like to put the blame on somebody. So it's very easy to say, oh, these guys that shill affiliate links, you know, they're not making money on 100x. No, they're trading as well. You know, they're doing 2 and 3x, and you know, they're having their affiliate links and stuff like that because they have a lot of subscribers. I don't think it's you know I don't think it's any scam. If it's a scam, you know, I should be on the list because I'm promoting you know, KuCoin, get 20 off fees. So we'll see. But I don't think it's a scam. I don't think it's a scam. I'm bullish on Flux. See how your T on Flux inside looks to mine. I like the other market. I like other looks on markets I miss. I like other looks on market I miss. I do not get the last sentence, but man, thanks for joining. I am Christopher. I'm bullish on Flux. So let's check out Flux for you, man. We'll find Flux. We'll check it out. Flux Tether. It's on KuCoin, guys. It's on KuCoin. Ooh, weekly is below the moving averages. The 50, you see down here, you just got the 50 moving average. This is an important, very important support line down here at 0.85. Weekly time frame is one of the most important time frames on the charts. Oftentimes people focus on daily and the 4-hourly, 1-hourly, looking where the next move is. You have to understand that, you know, the big money is looking at weekly and monthly charts. So we like to put our support and resistance lines on the weekly time frame and see where it's going. The first, you know, thing you're gonna notice down here is that you are going below the support, right? This was a very important support. Right now you're below it and you are not coming up. Even if you come up, you got this resistance up here at what's that, at 179 or something like that, just by looking at big lines. Let's see how these RSI where is the RSI right now? RSI is actually pretty low down here at 47, so it might be some kind of button, but you know, it's not hitting any kind of support button. Down 0.47, there is beside this 50 moving average, that's just empty space and empty space up here. So if it goes more down, it looks like it might go more down, it might be this 50 moving average down here that might actually hold it. 0.85 on downside. We already have the bearish cross up here, but we are not into any kind of capitulation area or anything like that. We just moved towards downside. So technically we are looking okay-ish, but we are below the moving averages, which is never a good thing, right? This can of course just reverse up here and continue towards upside if any kind of bull market continues to happen, but right now we are below the 10 and 20 moving average down here on the Flux. And let's see up here, but we don't have any, do we have any kind of extensions on the downside? We do have a little bit of extension. When was the last time that kind of extension happened down here? So you can see down here is this almost same kind of extension that's happening right now. So we are a little bit extended on the downside, so we might get a move towards the upside toward this resistance up here. I would say up here at 170. What's that? Resistance is at 176 but it's already recovering. It's already recovering. You can see here the bottom down here. This candle up here, it's already recovering towards the upside, so technically we can just, you know, do another move towards the downside. It does not have to come up to 176 up here. It does not have to do that. Technically it's bearish on the long term. Technically bearish on the long because you're below the moving averages. Let's see how this looks on the daily. On the daily, nice. So what we have on the daily right now is we are hitting this 200 moving average up on the daily, really nicely support. If you for whatever reason should lose this support down here and start closing down here, failure to get back up here, that should be quite bad. Don't have any kind of overextended levels right now. Wow, this went all the way down there and right now it's trying to recover. So something is gonna happen definitely soon up here. Yeah, it's getting close, it's getting close. I cannot say this is the one. You can see that MACD went below the zero line all the way back here. All the way back here, and just been going kind of sideways down here while this is, you know, you might call this divergence, where it pops towards the upside. So the weekly time frame, although it's below the moving averages, it does seem to be a little bit extended towards the upside, but it, you know, this resistance up here at 140, exactly at 142, it's holding it back. It's holding it back. So let's see how this looks on daily time frame. Yeah, this resistance is right up here. So let's see if we can figure out if this is gonna break towards the upside or what. It seems to me that it is going a little bit towards the upside. Do we have any divergence up here? Let's see 2-day chart, maybe it's a little bit better. But there are no divergence or anything like that. Up here there are no divergence. There are no divergence, so technically it is ready to do the next move. Let's see up here, 50, 20, 20, 20, 10 moving average trying to break. You see this 50 moving average, the yellow line. The yellow line seems to be important, right? It is holding it both as support, even though it goes a little bit below it, but it's also acting as a resistance. So getting back above the yellow line up here, above the 50 moving average, might be important. Let's try to find any kind of pattern on this over here. Let's try to find any kind of pattern up here. This seems reasonable. This seems more reasonable. Yeah, something like this, I think. Yeah, because this. Let's see 2-day up here, maybe a little bit more shaky. Something like this. Patterns are gonna kill me, man. Finding anything on the chart. Yeah. See how this nice line. Once you find a nice line, you know it's nice line because it is getting confirmed. You can see here we broke this this uptrend line towards downside. We got rejected here. Right now we're trying to do that again, but you know, some kind of hopium is we're trying to do some kind of W pattern down here, just like BTC is doing right now. Some kind of W pattern, W pattern down here, some kind, but it has to get above the 50 moving average on the daily, because 50 moving average on the daily is exactly at 154, and you have to get above that to be bullish again, right? You can see the confluence, 50 moving average and the top up here. So for the W pattern to actually be legit, you know, you have to break that towards the upside, and once you do that, you can continue towards the upside. Right now, I wouldn't say it is, you know, it might be some kind of, it might be some kind of bottom down here where it might continue towards the upside, but you know, it is neither bullish nor bearish right now because it's not breaking anything on the downside. Maybe this one down here and the short term. No, it should not be like this. Maybe some kind of triangle up here. I don't know if you see it, but see 2-day chart up here. Oh, there are a lot of these wicks up here. Maybe something like this, because this is just getting rejected on the downside. Maybe this is the triangle, maybe this is the short-term triangle right over here right now. I don't know, it looks like Bitcoin to me, you know. So if you see Bitcoin breaking on the downside, this will probably follow the Bitcoin. It looks like a Bitcoin chart though. It looks like, I mean, a little bit differently, but you know, it's been going, you know, down, just like Bitcoin has been going down, just maybe a little faster up here and then, you know, consolidating, but it is following Bitcoin more or less. So Bitcoin has the same kind of, you know, triangle here at the end. Where it might break. I wouldn't say this is entirely bearish. You know, it does offer a little bit. You know, it is good that it is you know, extended from the 10 and 20 moving average on the downside a little bit. So maybe we might, you know, see some 176 levels up here. You know, big bullishness comes above these levels, above the moving averages, but right now we are not quite there yet. You know, so up here, this is the only thing that matters right now. And if you look at a daily time frame, it's not gonna take that long. It's not gonna take that long left for this to break towards the upside and downside. If you see it breaking below the daily 200 moving average on the downside, then you know that you are below the trend line as well. That's not a good thing. But best case scenario is breaking above the 10 and 20 moving average, holding there, and then eventually breaking above this 50 moving average on the daily time frame. So short term, that's what I will be looking for. Right now, you know, it's you know, people are taking bets towards the upside and downside, but it's really, you know, who knows what's gonna happen, right? I'm a little bit more bullish, so maybe I'm looking towards upside, especially this 200 moving average. I really like right now because it's just kind of hugging it. So maybe it's just gonna bounce off of the 200 moving average. It doesn't look terrible, but it does follow Bitcoin, unfortunately. I know their node halving starts on the 12th. The look of the candles become different recently. The green candles look more impulsive. Down moves are getting slower. Yeah, that might be as well. That I'm noticing a lot of bullishness in the market. It's not bullishness, but it's kind of optimism, you know. And sometimes it's a feeling, you know. I cannot, you know, put my finger on what that is, you know, call it a sixth sense, gut feeling, whatever. But you know, we just had 3 very big impulsive moves towards the upside. And that it kind of tells me, you know, something is up. You know, we haven't had this impulsive move for a long time. You know, this is nothing compared to these big moves. Look at it. Even this third, you know, big move, 8%, is bigger than this up here. So you gotta go back. How much is this up here? 7%. Not even that, man. Not even that. Over here, over 3 days, we did 10% up here. 10% up here, and this one was like 14% move, man. Let's see up here. I don't think we've seen a 14% move in a day for a long time. So 5%, 8%. Like you have to go all the way back here to feel, you know, see these kind of candles. So it's up here, you know, and none of this, you know. And then you got some candles up here, which were very nice, right? But this one down here was actually very nice candle. I remember this candle very well. 8% towards the upside. So yeah, definitely some kind of bullishness, you know, kicking in up here. That's what I'm saying, because of these big candles. Look at 11%, 14%, and this one up here is 8.5%. So these are big candles. These are big candles, and as we know, you know, big candles, you know, impulsive moves and stuff like that, they do offer some kind of bullishness. So I think that's why I posted this this thing on Twitter, right? That's why I said, like, you know, most famous BART patterns. So these BART patterns, you know, big move, you know, impulsive move towards downside. We pull back on the downside, you know, because maybe not quite ready yet. But I think somebody knows something. I think somebody knows something, and that's why I'm saying we just might see a 10K weekly candle next week. I think this might explode towards the upside. It does look good to me. I don't know why. It does look good to me. So we'll see. Anybody else drinking milk? Check me out. Yeah, so there is a Norwegian you know, technical analysis webpage. Techniskanalyse.com. So there's this page, techniskanalyse.com. I think it's Techniskanalyse. No, not this one. Techniskanalyse.com. Nah, which one is it? Huh, let me check it out. I don't have my mobile phone. It's down there. Just had some milk in my coffee. Yeah, and milk anywhere is good. Let me find it out. Let me find it where it was. There is this. It's called. Maybe it's called. Actionanalyse.com. This is the one. And I think, you know, somebody was looking at this, you know, and talking about this, you know, company and stuff like that. And I never saw. They got a VIP, you know, they got a membership, they got for this, for that, and they do analysis on different stuff, right? So I didn't read, you know, all analysis and what they're saying, you know, but I found, you know, just one of the first, I think. Victimeling information. Which one was it? I think I just pressed one thing. I think maybe it's this one. I think this one over here. So they had some analysis on, yeah, because I was just quickly in here, right? And I pressed this in this the Swedish gaming, you know, gaming stock can easily go several X from where it's today. You know, we at you know, stockanalysis.com. I think that, and what they're talking about over here is about the company called Jumpgate. Jumpgate stock gate, and they say that it can go up to 3.5. So I'm gonna show you the I can't read it. Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna explain to you what it is. It really doesn't matter. But what I wanna say is, this is some company that's analyzing stocks, and I don't think they're doing it that well. So if they can analyze this very simple stock, how can they analyze anything else? So there is something called Jumpgate stock. Jumpgate, it's a gaming stock. It's called Gate, and I'm gonna show you the chart of this thing, right? So I just took something. Let's see how if they are any good, right? And this thing is this is Jumpgate, right? So let's see Jumpgate. And the first thing I did was going to the monthly time frame, and I saw this, And as soon as you see this, you're like, hey man, WTF, what's happening, right? But never say never. Once something, this has been bleeding for a long time, right? But it does get some kind of support here on the downside, right, at 0.53 or something like that. So, technically you gotta say, hey man, there is a, huge support down here at these level on the downside. So, if some kind of good news comes and, this is, a regular stock, they got, profits and margins and this and that, So this can definitely go towards upside. But what they said that this can go up to 3.5. And I was like, dude. And I know why they said 3.5, because there is some resistance up here, but that said, it can go up to 3.5. I think it's just kind of lying to everybody, right? That's like 6x, 7x, towards the upside, right? But the stock looks crap. Like this, you cannot say this doesn't look crap. This is a monthly time frame right now. The RSI is low at 34. Let's see up here on the weekly, because the monthly, so it's sitting around 40. You can see here every time it goes up, it just kind of bleeding on the downside, stock bleeding up. So I was thinking like, okay, maybe the stock, maybe the chart looks bad, but anytime something is at support, it can always do this towards the upside. And but I just don't see the bullishness. So I went to start reading about Jumpgate. Profits, revenue, whatever. I was trying. I don't know where I found it. Revenue. It had 40 million in revenue. Net loss of 22.2 million. A loss widened 46 from year 2020. And the revenue is 36 million and a net profit margin minus 61 million. I'm like, how can you say it's gonna go to like 6x? Like, just because something is low doesn't mean it's gonna go up. Like, they have no profits. Right? Like, I don't do fundamental analysis, but even I know, like, when a company doesn't have any profits, like, what are you doing? Stock. And the market value of this company is right now 80 million or something like that, 80-90 million. Just give me something, anywhere I can see the market cap. I agree. Market value 90 million. So this is Norwegian crowns, that's around 9 million USD, right? It's around 9 million. So they got no profits. They got no profit. The revenue is around 40 million. They got no profits, and the company is valued at 90 million. I wouldn't give when you are buying a company, like Warren Buffett said, like, how much money, if I buy the company, how long time is gonna take for me to get money back? And for that to happen, it means that the company has to have some kind of revenue, it has to have some kind of profits, and those profits, dividends and stuff like that, the profits need to, so if company has a, revenue of 2 million and, profits of 1 million, and you pay, 10 million for company, that means after 10 years, because profits are every year 1 million after tax and stuff like that, right? That means after 10 years, you technically got back your investment, right? So after how many years are you gonna get your investment on this stock? Never, because it's not making money. Now, there might be other things about stock that I don't know, like, future games and this and that that's gonna explode, but you never wanna see this kind of chart and then assume just because a new game is gonna come, it's gonna blow towards the upside. What we see on the chart over here is something very important, and that's we'll already see inside the trading. We'll already see somebody knowing something. So you do not want to be the first guy that assumes it's gonna do this towards the upside. You want to see, break of the trend. You want to see climbing. You want to see movement, and that's when okay, something is happening. before the news comes, right? You don't want to be the guy that buys the news, that pumps in and does this on the downside. But you know, you want to see something on the chart without the news. The stock is going towards the upside, but right now it's not doing that. It's just kind of bleeding towards the upside. Any kind of move towards the upside is very fast and then bleeds, fast bleeds. You know, it just kind of bleeds on the downside. Now you might say this is some kind of falling wedge or anything, something like that. I don't know. It just doesn't look like it to me. Maybe something like this up here. Maybe some kind of falling wedge up here. Maybe it's gonna go towards the upside, but 3.56x on a company that doesn't have any kind of fundamental, you know, any kind of profits. Like, it just sounds crazy. It just sounds crazy. So I don't know what kind of, you know, what kind of site this is, but you know, people on, you know, in Norway, looks like they're looking at it, you know, and they think they know stuff, but they don't know stuff. How can you like? They don't know stuff. Never buy a company on the hopes that, you know, it might be the next big thing. Unless you know, you know, CEO, unless you know the next game, unless you believe in the project. But you know, those are special occasions, you know. Just by looking at some kind of company and seeing, oh, they're gonna make new game. Oh, I'm gonna invest. Nah, you gotta know what you're investing in, right? So this is a no-go. I don't know. I think it looks just terrible. I think like chart looks bad. It has nice support on the downside, but you know, if I was to buy this towards the upside, you know, what would I do? What would I be looking for, right? First of all, I would be looking at this 10-20 moving average on the monthly time frame. I want to break that. Look at that. This is the 10 moving average up here. And you can see here, although it's getting broken right back down again, rejected. Right back down, and it tried to hold up here, right back down again, and we're still getting rejected below the 10 moving average. That's the white line. That's not even the 20 moving average, and this is the 20 moving average up here. You can see here 20 moving average has been rejected, and rejected all the way up here. So it's still below all of the moving averages on the monthly time frame. So at least for the first move, get above the moving averages, stay there. For the second move, like you know, get above the certain highs up here. So you know you are creating a higher high, right? You gotta see that. Now this is monthly time frame, so of course this is gonna take time. So you can of course go to the weekly time frame, something like that, or daily time frame. If you wanna see some, you know, up here move, you can see here rejection today. Up here, it went up to the 10-20 moving average, right back down to the support up here. So you know, it was a little bit extended on the downside here, and then pumped to 200 moving average and got rejected on the downside. But you know, over here it had a couple of, you know, days up here above the 200 moving average, but it needs to, you know, show movement towards the upside. It needs to show something, some bullishness, but it's not showing anything right now. So you know, there might be time, you know, when this stock is gonna pump towards the upside, but I just don't see it yet. Now stocks have fundamentals, stocks have news, stocks have stuff that change all the time. So you know, news might come out tomorrow, and maybe akshaanalyse.com news something, I don't know. And it might pump, I don't know, but you know, just by looking at the chart, it does not look nice. It does not look nice. So I don't know, guys. Some charts look better than other charts. Ethereum, 5% below 10 moving average down here, still holding this 20 moving average. So you know, you can't say that it's just, you know, this is on the monthly time frame. Let's see weekly. Weekly is below the 50, reject by 50, but it is creating higher high. I'm creating higher high up here. Let's see down here. Yeah, higher high, no RSI divergence, curving of the MACD. Trend is not broken yet. We'll see. This is hard as well, because you know, we have to. Let's go to daily time frame. Where are the lines? Looks like getting rejected by this, but it's getting smacked down here. So maybe it's gonna break towards the upside. It has to go a little bit more towards the upside, and you're gonna see explosion. Once these charts starts breaking these trends up here, they're just gonna start exploding towards the upside. If they do that, of course. So we are not quite sure about that. Anything else you guys wanna see before we end the stream today? And let me see if there's anything. Phantom is still Phantom is bleeding, guys. Phantom is dying. Somebody help Phantom, guys. It's not even funny anymore. It's not even funny. It's minus 10% down today. So what we are looking for, Phantom might be actually a good trade, guys. Phantom might actually be a good trade eventually. Not right now, but eventually it might be a good trade. Let me see down here. It is getting pretty oversold on the weekly time frame, guys. It is getting pretty oversold. So if you want a long Phantom, keep on following Phantom, because you see these lows down here. I mean, just because you get overextended on the downside does not mean that you're gonna ricochet towards the upside, but you know, because you can just continue going sideways. But you know, oftentimes, you know, this is, I think, this Corona dump on the upside, you know, very overextended levels, and there are a couple overextended levels down here. That's this one up here and this down here. So these two, I don't know if you can see it if you gotta zoom in, but you know, it got small ricochet. It's not enough. I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if it's enough. And right now on this weekly, it's breaking the 50 moving average as well. So I think people are just selling. If this continues, I'm gonna keep on following Phantom. And if this just continues, you know, dumping on downside, this might be a nice long trade, because nothing ever just, you know, bleeds on downside to zero, beside Deutsche Bank or, you know, Evergrande or some, you know, some company like that, right? But if this continues bleeding on the downside, I'm looking for overextended level on the downside, down here on the both on the RSI and the overextended level indicator down here. Let me see the daily RSI. Yeah, still not that low. Still, I mean, we can still go lower. So definitely looking at, right now there is definitely divergence up here, but you know, divergence is not happening. There is divergence up here. Let's see 2 day. Is there a 2 day divergence up here? No, there is no 2 day divergence, and this is too much. This is actually something like this up here. So there is no divergence on the chart. So I'm looking for a Phantom to bleed more FUD, more stuff, and then maybe, you know, long Phantom towards the upside, because overextended levels, you know, they do ricochet, they do, you know, spring back, you know, to some resistance level and then continue on the downside. R is down minus 30%. Yesterday R was doing very nice. I almost FOMO'd into R yesterday because, you know, 14%. So R is right now down. KEDA looks like it might make some moves. Nah, KEDA is unfortunately, I don't know. You can see this trend line up here. This is the most important trend. Let me just remove all the other lines, because they're just resistance line that we've been having on the chart for a long time. This is the very most important line on the KDA. This is on the daily time frame. I think we can enjoy the same line on the weekly. Yeah, it's same line on the weekly time frame. Give or take. You can see this line. What has to happen up here is that you have to break the trend towards the upside. Once you do that, good. But right now, how are we gonna draw this? Something like this. I don't know if it's breaking. Do you think it's breaking to the downside? Do you think it's breaking on the downside? Like, I mean, of course, everything depends on where you put the lines. But sorry, yeah, this. I mean, all of the lines are actually, you know, nice touch, touch. But if you lose this one up here, touch. It looks like it's breaking on the downside. So let's pop the moving average and see on the moving averages up here. Yeah, it is below all the moving averages. Let's do on the moving average. Yeah, it is getting you know, rejected pretty hard up here. So I won't say it looks that good right now, and it's not overextending anything, but it is hugging the 10 moving average. So it is going like this up here. We do not want to fall below the support at 5.6. I think 5.6 is very important right now. You fall below that, you're gonna lose everything. Because this was set in January, so you try to get up. We went all the way up to 10, and right now we're back down to 5. I read somewhere about FTM rugging somebody or something. What truth there is to that, I don't know. No, nobody rugged anything. The thing is that these two guys that were really high up in Phantom, the devs. I mean, Dev has like 40 developers, but these two guys were really important to the community. They also, you know, stopped working on 25 other, you know, projects, and, you know, left the community. And it's like, you know, Vitalik leaving Ethereum, or you know, Richard Hart leaving Hex, or you know, I don't know all the other, or Richard Robert Ver, or Richard Ver, so what's his name, leaving you know, Bitcoin Cash. You know, it's a big guy for the company, for the Phantom, and they left. And of course, people are, you know, they're like, hey man, why WTF are you leaving? You know, so you know, so that's that. So I think it's a lot of fun. I don't think if the Phantom is going anywhere just yet. I think it's gonna continue. I don't think it's gonna die just yet, you know. But I cannot do that much fundamentals when it comes to Phantom, because you know, I just don't know how these things work. But I know that 40 developers still left, minus 2. I know, you know, guy left. But you saw what happened to EOS when what's his called, the guy? Man, I always forget the names. I'm not really good with names. EOS Block 1. What's his name? The guy that made the EOS. Not this guy. Gotta love how stories move around differently. Yeah. No, this is a poster. What's his name? Creator. Who created EOS? Dan Larimer. So here's the thing about EOS, right? EOS was, you know, biggest financed project in the crypto space. $4 billion were pumped into creating EOS. Huge hype. And this company, Block.one, got created to, you know, be behind the EOS. So Dan Larimer, really smart guy. This guy, I watched some of his talks, and you know, I like the guy. He created EOS, and he created some other stuff, and I was really bullish on EOS. And then this company, Block.one, created, you know, was behind EOS, and what they did, they just took EOS once it was finished and gave it to the community, and that's it, right? And they said, okay, community, we made EOS, here you go. We're gonna take $4 billion, and you got EOS. And they gave EOS to the community, and after that, of course, not much happened. I don't, you know, nobody was behind. And then after a little bit after that, then Daniel Larimer also left Block.one to do some other projects. So of course there was no more innovation. EOS is still there, but you know, the guy who was innovative, the guy who was behind, the guy who was smart enough to do something about it, he left. So of course EOS doesn't have any kind of NFTs or anything like that. And I think the last thing I heard about EOS news was that they're gonna have a decentralized something. It's called Bullish. Yeah, this is the Bullish exchange. They're gonna make an exchange. Like people, everybody has exchange. Like meme coins have their own exchanges. Like, but you know, so you know, they're the way I see it, you know, EOS is way behind on the technology. EOS is like. I don't know what to say. I don't know. So I think they are way too behind because there is nothing new coming out of them. Everybody is ahead of them, you know, and everybody is you know, doing better than them. So if your main guy leaves, you know, project, then this happens, of course. Then this happens, right? It started this week, right? When it started a couple of days ago, something like that. When this happens, right? So unfortunately, when it is gonna stop, I don't know. But it's never good. It's never a good sign when you know, your top dog in the community or in the project leaves the company. So much I know. So that's why people are a little bit afraid of, you know, how the development is gonna go and stuff like that. Will it die? I don't know. I don't know. But what I know on technical analysis is overextensions always lead to, you know, pumps towards the upside. These kind of pumps can be quite heavy, so that's what we're looking for right now. So I'm watching Phantom and looking for this pump towards the upside. You know, what's more up here? OMG is up 8% today, but only at the resistance. Let's see on the daily time frame now. 50 resistance. Although it's up like 8%, it's only at the resistance. Let's see, dusk minus 10. Is there anything else that sticks out on the chart? And Jasmine is up 13%, but it's up 13% because it was extended towards downside. Now this, do you remember Jasmine, guys? Only time will tell. Yeah, only time will tell. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. By the way, but like I told you, like Phantom can survive if they have, you know, guys behind it that do development, and if there's enough people, you know, there. But you know, right now it's just FUD, you know, uncertainty, doubt, and people are not quite sure what's gonna happen. As if Phantom comes, you know, and shows innovation and creativity, it just might, you know, live. Do you remember? But you know, do you remember, guys? Do you remember Jasmine? I can tell you right now, never in my life have I heard about Jasmine before, right? And then suddenly a lot to talk about Jasmine coming, like bam, Jasmine this, Jasmine that, Jasmine's gonna go to the moon. And once this happened up here, I was like, it's done, right? Look at the bleed on the downside. This is not even Bitcoin bleed. This is just, you know, dying bleed. It's just dying on the downside. Let's see how much is down. 96% already. Like most coins are down like 80%, something like this. Is already 96 down from an all-time high. And right now it did, you know, what it has to do when it's down a lot. It did at best 60% move towards the upside. That's it, guys, that's it. See, but this looks like it's just bleeding to, you know, without any kind of there are, let's see down here, there are kind of supports down here. Yeah, that's why it stopped down there. It hit support on the downside. You can see here on the dollar, it hit support down here and it bounced off that support. Now weekly it is overextend on these moving averages. Now you cannot see how much is extended, but it is quite heavily extended on the downside. But it was just bleeding like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. That's more 2.5 months just bleeding. And before that we only had one candle up here at the 20 moving average. But it tried to hold the 20 moving average, and before that 3 months, 1, 2 months, 2 months pump, 3 months pump, 10 months small pump towards the upside. This is the most terrible chart in entire crypto right now, the way I see it. But you know, I think it was very interesting because if you go to the Jasmine, if you go to the Jasmine site, Jasmine crypto, I don't know, Jasmine, yeah, I think it's very interesting because it's a Japanese site. So I don't know how anybody could, okay, now they have some company profile, there's some kind of English names, but I was reading it in Japanese, right? I was like, hey man, what's this? And in English they got nothing. Let's go to the English site. Okay, they got some, but yeah, they got something says in English, but most of the text is in Japanese, you know. And I was like, hey man, how do you know what this even is, man? What is this like? Towards a new era of consumer-oriented information, Internet for all things, right? Platform. So you know, I don't believe, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to look at the chart, man. Look at the chart, guys. Do you know what this looks like? Isn't that coming from Sony's ex-CEO? Maybe it is. I don't know. I think is I never heard about it in my life, and then suddenly it just popped up. It just suddenly popped up, and I was like, "What is Jasmine?" And everybody started talking about Jasmine out of nowhere, and then this, you know, Japanese thing just came out, and then of course it crashed like crazy. Do you know what this looks like? This part over here, like pump and then slowly slide, bam, right down. I'm gonna show you. Like this, bam. Do you know what V launch is? I think you know, in their defense, they launched it at the bear time because they launched it in bear market. So of course, you know, it pumps and then people take profits, and then whoa, look at the dump down here. Look at the dump, man. Look at the dump, all the way down to $1, and then slowly there is no recovery. Small pump, no recovery. Just bleeding, still just bleeding on the downside. Right now 0.4%. So I don't know how much people got this for. I think it was free. And anything that's free, you know, you have to understand people are gonna sell eventually, right? People are gonna sell eventually. Everything that's free, people are gonna sell eventually. So that's just how life is, unfortunately. Free stuff gets sold. PDEX. Is Bitcoin recovering? A little bit, a little bit. Oh, we had a nice, we didn't even see this. We had a nice 1 hourly candle up to the resistance right now. Let's see 4 hourly candles. Oh, we had a 4 hourly candle, not eventful candle, nothing happened. Not much happened, so it's very uneventful. Let's see daily candle. Daily candle is only important because we want to see if we, you know, get back above the moving averages up here. Let's say 4.7, or do we, you know, close below down here? You know, 3.39 so 47 and 39.7, give or take. Those are levels. So I want to see this daily candle. I close above it or below down here. Anything in the middle is like, ah man, what you doing? Okay guys, that was 1 hour of live stream. I hope you enjoyed that. Only TF Fans Club. Thanks for Christopher joining again. 2 months. Nice to have you back. Everybody else, thanks for stopping by. Let me see here. Only TF Fans Club. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit more of these TF Fans Club, you know. It's a little bit more chill than, you know, a lot of people chatting. So, and I'm hoping that eventually there'll be enough people in TF Fans Club to make the chat a little bit more exciting. So see you tomorrow. Maybe what's tomorrow? Friday. Maybe Friday. Friday is good. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye bye.